1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Good afternoon, Night Nation. Welcome to Season 3, Episode 1 of Inside the Lair with Kirby and Blair. He's Kirby, I'm Blair. It's Thursday, September 7th, third day of school. It's great to be back here at the old KW. Lots going on. Football, volleyball, cross country, all seasons all underway. Lots to talk about. Let's start on the gridiron with the football team. Football team coming off their best finish yet. Last year, losing in the section championship game to Maple River. They opened the season against a familiar opponent in Janesville, Waldorf, Pemberton, JWP, here at the Castle, and the Knights started slow but came away with a 28-14 victory. Kirby.
JWP 8-4 last year, had a really good
state tournament
season. Yep, single A state tournament team. New coach this year. Coach Jeff Wagner came across from Waterville Legion Morristown and brought with him some of his same offensive and defensive tricks. So it was kind of a new team that we were playing, but the result was the same. 28-14, Jack Belkey ended up having 3 touchdown passes, and Tyler Ryan had a nice 44-yard scamper that was really capped off with some excellent blocking by the boys too.
Yeah, it was a nice job, and 3 touchdown passes for Jack, 2 to Cole Johnson, 1 to Tate Erlinson, and then that nice run there. I think really set the tone for the second half by Ryan. Defense stepped up their game in the second half, and it really was a good game by the Knights, and a great way to start the season. First time, I believe, in 10 years or so that they've won the first game of the season, which is a great way to start. And now they head on to week 2, where they go to Medford.
They go to Medford. It's been since 2008 since winning the first game, but the more important thing was we had a lot of guys who hadn't had any experience.
Yep.
We started slow, and all of a sudden the chains started moving, the rhythm started to happening, and we started playing some good football, especially in that second half, only giving up 66 yards in the second half.
Yeah, it was a real solid second half by the Knights, and that's a lot to say about Coach Weemy's system, as the kids started believing it in the second half and trusted it and went with it, and they got a really nice victory. Medford now, the Knights beat Medford twice last year, once regular season and once playoffs, but everything changes now this season. Medford coming off a loss last weekend to Winona Cotter, so they're going to be hungry for a victory. Their coaches were at our game Friday night watching, so they're going to be ready for the Knights, and I think it's going to be a lot closer than a lot of people think over there at Medford.
Medford coming off a disappointing loss to Winona Cotter Ramblers, but their coaches were watching us. Our coaches were watching them on Saturday, and I think we've got them figured out. But they did give us a scare last year in the playoffs. I don't know if we were overlooking them or not.
That was that rainy night.
They started passing, and it showed some weaknesses of ours in the passing game, or in pass coverage. We're going to have to be ready for jet sweeps. We're going to have to be ready for some power running. We're going to have to be ready for them spreading us out. They're a good football team. Can't sleep on them. Tyler Ryan, here's what the junior running back and linebacker for the Knights had to say.
Go. We're here with junior running back, linebacker Tyler Ryan of the Knights football team. Tyler, big win for you guys week 1 against JWP. What were your thoughts on that game?
Battled back from a slow start and found a way to win. Always want to win the first game, and winning the first game in 9 years, I think. So
fantastic start to the season for you guys. Talk a little bit about, you have some experience, but a lot of guys have no experience going into that first game. What's it like when you strap on those pads for that first varsity game?
Obviously we had a lot of big seniors that we lost, so a lot of new guys to step in, and just didn't know how it'd go with new guys, but obviously you're nervous and stuff, but after the first snap you kind of get over it.
Yeah, we kind of saw how in the first half we saw those nerves, we saw that kind of tentative play. Second half, what happened? What did Coach say to you at halftime to get you guys to really pull away there in the second half, including your big touchdown run you had?
Yeah, we just had, we tied it right before halftime, had momentum, and then just had to win the second half, and obviously we did, and win in 28-14, so that was a good win for us.
Good. Tomorrow night at Medford. We had Medford twice last year, once in the playoffs, once in the regular season. Your thoughts on them, and what do the Knights need to do to win tomorrow night against Medford?
We definitely can't overlook them. I mean, they'll be solid, and we'll just have to play our game and win both halves and try to score as many points as we can.
Now, one more last question for you. Kind of tying in wrestling and football. You're a state champion wrestler. You know what it takes to get to the top of the mountain. What can you bring to the football field, and what can you share with your teammates in terms of having what it takes to be at a high level?
We just got to play hard, and if you mess up, don't quit because you mess up. Just keep going and keep trying to make the next play.
Fantastic. Good luck tomorrow night against Medford, and we'll see you next week.
Yep.
And our thanks to Tyler for that interview, taking the time to talk to us. I'm sure we'll talk with him the rest of sometime during the school year again, as we have football and wrestling. Look at this football team. Look at the big picture expectations for this team, Kirby. This is a team that is coming off the best season in school history, and if that picture doesn't say it right there, I don't know what does. They have fun playing the game. The schedule a little different this year. 2 new teams in there with Mayor Lutheran and Lester Prairie, along with Minnesota Valley Lutheran to end the year. So there's new faces in there. Tougher. I think it's a tougher overall schedule with Mayor Lutheran in there and Lester Prairie. Road trip to Mayor Lutheran is going to be a considerable road trip. This is the type of year, though. I think the Knights, they're primed, and with a new section facing them in the playoffs, it's going to be interesting to see how things work. I think next week will be the real test. Week 3 at Goodhue. Goodhue ranked number 9 in Class A. We'll see what happens when they go over there to take on the Wildcats.
I know what Coach Mimi would say. He would say, next biggest game is the next game on the schedule. So let's take care of Medford first. But just the guys that we have on the football team, they love being around each other.
Absolutely.
They love playing football together. They've had success the last couple of years on JV, and then they got a little experience on the varsity last year. They're ready to compete at the varsity level.
Absolutely. We'll see what happens to them. Good luck to the football team the rest of the way. More on them next week. Let's talk about volleyball. And the volleyball team off to a 2-0 start. You're defending third place team from the state tournament last year. And big wins. 3-0 wins over Cambridge Isanity and Cambridge Isanti, not Insanity, and WEM. And big victories to start the year. And now tonight they're going to head up to Cannon Falls to take on the Bombers. Bombers are 2-1. Bombers looking like they're playing some pretty good volleyball, so it could be a decent test tonight for the Lady Knights.
Boy, we have a tough stretch to start off this year, and to replace all those seniors that left and they graduated, it's going to be a tough task for us. But I think we're going to be up to it. I was reading some Twitter things from the Kenyan leader, and I remember thinking, we don't really regroup or rebuild. The volleyball team reloads.
Right.
They got some really good young talent, some returners that also are pretty good athletes and volleyball players. So I think they don't want anybody to feel sorry for them that they lost some good seniors. They want to keep bringing it, and they got to bring it as they go to Cannon Falls tonight. No, WEM was ranked in the top 10 in their class. I think we got BA next week.
BA.
They're top 10. I think they're top
And Hayfield
4.
is undefeated right now.
Hayfield is top 4, I believe, too, if I read the paper right. So we got some really strong competition to start off, and I think we're going to be ready by the end of the season to make another playoff push.
Yeah, the cupboard's not bare for this team. They just keep working. They've got a great under varsity program and not just the JV, the C squad, 8th and 7th grade, but we're also talking youth volleyball, and they're in the gym all the time, and it translates to success with the varsity kids. So this program's not going anywhere. They're going to continue to be near the top, and some of those younger players are just going to have to learn what it takes at the varsity level. So maybe they don't win as many this year, but I think they're going to be just as strong when we get down to sections and state. So I think this volleyball team definitely is going to be on the rise once again. Home opener next Thursday against Hayfield. Prior to that, on Tuesday, they go to Faribault to take on BA. There's a look at the team, and they are ready to go. And good luck tonight against those pesky little Bombers over in Cannon Falls.
Hey, Coach Nearson, she will have those girls ready to
Absolutely.
compete. She is a feisty coach, and she will have
Yep.
them ready.
Cross country. Cross country team shared with ZM.
Yep.
And we got a good group of kids. I saw them yesterday working out on our track, running hard. Like to see we got 7th graders up through 12th graders on the team. So that's good to see. It's good to see those different age groups working together. And they have a meet today at Hayfield, boys and girls, and wish them the very best. This is a team that, you know, they make a lot of sacrifices to be part of this co-op.
Do they send the bus or do we send the bus?
I don't know.
We won't go there. We won't go there. But no, ZMKW Cross Country, led by Tess Hokinson. I believe Sam Ringham is running this year, but I'm not exactly sure. Good luck to them.
Yeah.
You know, they are competitors too. They got some excellent lungs, and they can fly on the cross country track.
Well, that'll do a lot going on here at KW. One more thing. You got one more thing?
Yeah,
right?
soccer this year.
Yeah.
Soccer was
Yes.
Triton and KW last year. They have gained a 3rd school, as now Hayfield is jumping in on our soccer team too. So I think all the games are played on the Triton field,
Triton
on the,
field,
on
yep.
the turf there. So best of luck to our soccer team as well.
Yeah, and we got a lot going on. Get out there, support the Knights. Friday night was great at the football field. They had a great crowd on hand.
So fun.
Labor Day weekend, you don't expect a big crowd. We got a good crowd. I expect even bigger crowds in a couple weeks when we're back for week 4. I think we take on BA. It should be a great fall here at KW.
I'm excited.
Yeah, thanks for watching, everybody.
Welcome back to school.
Welcome back and study hard. You've been watching Inside the Lair. He's Kirby. I'm Blair. We'll see you next time on our show.
Peace.